Good morning, students. Let us come to another session of tourism principles and practices. Today, I will be discussing with you upon the topic of vacation and a vacationer. What actually is a vacation? As I had already discussed with you, as defined by the Swiss professors Hunziker and Kraft, tourism is the movement of an individual from his place of origin to any other place, basically for leisure and pleasure purposes, and then again back. And it should not be connected with any remunerative activity, and the traveler or the tourist should not harbor any intentions of setting up a permanent place of residence at the site of travel. And the total time duration should not be less than 24 hours and it should not exceed 6 months. A person who completes the tourism activities basically to gain leisure, happiness, solace, contentment, and pleasure within 24 hours and comes back to his place of origin is called as an excursionist. And a person who can extend it up to the maximum limit of 6 months is basically called as a vacationer. And for to be a vacationer, okay, his activities are called as a vacation and he has to plan it out. Okay, he has got ample time in his hand, he has got ample scope, he plans out his schedules, he plans out his family commitments, he plans out his responsibilities, and he does it in an ample, simple way to the best of his ability and convenience. So, what actually is a vacation? A vacation is actually a period of suspension of work, study, or any other activity which is basically used and normally or typically used for rest, to gain solace and consolation, for relaxation purposes, to spend quality time with family, near and dear ones, relatives, and friends, by dealing in activities like amusement activities, entertainment activities, eating, drinking, and making merry. It is one of the best ways of taking a break from the monotonous, hectic, boring schedule of maintaining professional commitments and responsibilities which are entrusted upon the shoulders of different individuals from time to time. Vacation basically is a period of recreation or rest or travel. It can also be called as a period of holidaying. The basic purpose is to be away from the mechanical life which a person leads on a daily basis, on an average basis. Okay, to be away from the materialistic activities of life, to spend more time with near and dear ones, okay, to re-energize oneself, to get freshened up, more importantly, to get reinvigorated, to get revitalized, to revive one's mindset, mentally and physically, and also recharge one's batteries so that once that person again comes back to the place of work, he can perform admirably well and live up to the expectations of his employers and perform well so that his efforts and his activities results in the overall advancement, results in the overall betterment and profit making for the organization. Vacation is basically that part of the year regularly set aside when normal activities like legislatures, courts, colleges, schools, universities, etc. are suspended. It is that period of time when there is freedom or release from any form of duty, business, or activity. A person who undertakes any vacation is basically called as a vacationer. Somebody who is devoting more time to pleasure or relaxation, leisure and rest or recreation activities rather than his professional commitments and responsibilities at a particular given period of time. A vacationer will not be able to enjoy his whole life on vacations, but certain time periods are given. Vacationers are generally considered to be much happier in their life, as studies have time and again very often demonstrated that vacationers generally display greater pre-trip happiness than non-vacationers, although the differences were small. In contrast, post-trip happiness did not differ between vacationers and non-vacationers. Vacationers actually anticipate their happiness because they plan it out accordingly, they plan out much beforehand They plan out even 6 months to 1 year beforehand when they are busy in their professional commitments. They know at what time of the year they will be free and with whom they are going to enjoy quality time during this period. They play an important role in explaining the observed differences in pre-trip happiness between vacationers and non-vacationers. Vacationers prepare very well to have a blast during the leisure time, and they more than often end up enjoying a sound holiday break. This is thankfully because of the long-term preparations and processing for the same. It can be perceived and always understood that vacations are very well planned in advance and all the formalities are processed and prepared as so as to enjoy the much needed leisure and pleasure break with near and dear ones, family members, relatives, and friends. The basic and prime motto of a vacation is to take a break from the monotony and the boredom created and possessed and offered by the tedious, hectic, materialistic, and mechanical life schedules punctuated by professional commitments and responsibilities. In such a way that once the break is availed and the vacation period is over, the individual can come back to his place of work once again, getting his batteries and cells fully recharged, getting mentally and physically tougher and re-energized, reinvigorated, revived and revitalized in the process, such that he or she can concentrate on the pending and incoming work or approaching work at hand with full gusto, zeal, zest, and spirit, and live up to the expectations of his employers and perform excellently and admirably. Finally, I would like to conclude by stating that in the long run, the organizational goal or destination is said to get achieved successfully and employees will be able to live up to the expectations or a benchmark set before them by the employers only through the commitment and efforts shown and performed by an eager and relaxed mind. If the mind is unhappy, if the mind is not getting any form of vacation or relaxation, it will not be able to or eager to devote his or her time to the best of his abilities. Henceforth, a break in the form of vacation is a mandatory must for a fruitful rejuvenation and physical as well as mental rehabilitation. Thank you.